Going along with the theme of corruption, the Burnt Ivory King used to be a compassionate leader who took in a woman named Elsana and nurtured and cared for her. She loved him so much that when he left to deal with the growing expanse of chaos beneath his kingdom, she stayed back and warned people not to come closer so they would not follow in his footsteps. Eventually, he and his knights got corrupted by the chaos, leaving us and a couple of knights still loyal to his original cause that we can recruit to go in and challenge the Ivory King to a fight. And can I just say that this fight is without a doubt the most epic fight in all of Dark Souls 2, in my opinion. After you've explored Lamb Lois a second time to recruit Lois Knights, you head to the throne of the Ivory King where you can fall down with them into the arena. After spending so much time in the cold and the white, the flash of red is intense. The cold up top was purposefully summoned to prevent the chaos from spreading. You land on a platform suspended above a pit of lava with 3 portals on its edge and a part jutting out with a 4th massive portal on the far side. An all-out war begins, and your army has to fight other charred Lois Knights that keep coming out of the smaller portals. One by one, the friendly Lois Knights sacrifice themselves to seal up the portals. When the final smaller portal is about to get sealed, the man himself, the Burnt Ivory King, will emerge from the massive portal and the boss fight can start for real. He attacks with his greatsword. Deal enough damage with him and he will turn his sword into a fucking lightsaber, increasing its range at least 3 times and damage by some other amount. He also gains some attacks like the one where he stabs his sword into the ground and a bunch of ice crystals burst out to impale anyone nearby. We all joke about how the bell-bearing hunter is Darth Vader. Well, here is Obi-Wan Kenobi. I seriously adore this fight. This is the Dark Souls 2 devs really showing that they know how to make a fight feel cool. Which is why it brings me no joy to say that I don't think there is any good way to bring the Burnt Ivory King into Elden Ring Nightreign without some serious work. The most feasible way would be to have him be a Knight 2 boss and the group of enemies before him are his charred Lois Knights, but that just wouldn't be the same. He doesn't rely on his arena to make his mechanics work, but he sure as hell relies on his arena to make his fight feel cool. Fighting him on a grassy plain on a random hill would be a serious letdown, which is why I would much prefer that he be the final encounter of a Shifting Earth event. I touched on this slightly in the Ava video, but FromSoftware could make a condensed version of Lamb Lois where you are running to the Eye of the Priestess item to make Ava visible, all the while Ava chases you through the place. Once the Eye is obtained and Ava is defeated, the place partially melts and different paths are unlocked to allow players to collect Lois Knights, which are each guarded by a mini-boss. Once the players have collected as many Lois Knights as they would like, they can jump down to a pit in the middle of the Shifting Earth to enter a recreation of the Burnt Ivory King's arena where the fight happens as it does in Dark Souls 2. The players can enter the pit anytime they want after beating Ava, but collecting the Lois Knights can make the Burnt Ivory King fight easier in addition to all the rewards the players will get for beating the mini-bosses guarding the Lois Knights. The reward for completing the Shifting Earth event could maybe be a consumable that creates a portal that summons a friendly Lois Knight once a minute. I think that could be neat. This Shifting Earth idea sounds so cool to me that I'm going to give the Burnt Ivory King an A tier. Having him just be a generic boss would probably grant him a B tier ranking, but he really has a ton of potential if they go the extra mile into making this fight extra epic, and that includes all the build up that goes into his fight from Dark Souls 2.